Just in case the committee there was any confusion, let me just be very clear. Representative Schwartz, this bill does not eliminate the J&Cs. That was a prior bill. And if somehow there's an error in this bill, there's a clerical error, you know, we can certainly talk about fixing that, but this bill doesn't do that at all. I'm not sure we need a study on whether we need 4 or 5 or 6 justices on a division. 4 and 6 are even numbers, and probably wouldn't be good for, you know, purposes of getting ties and things of that nature. So I think probably 5 is the number that would be appropriate, because it is an odd number. Members, let me first say, this has nothing to do with redistricting, okay? It will not affect redistricting. Frankly, I did not study in great detail which election this would occur at. I assumed it would be the general election, because my intent was not to have it at anything other than the general election. I'm happy to discuss that with you after the meeting. My understanding is not only would you need 90 votes to have it before the general election, but my understanding is also you need a separate bill. I don't see a separate bill. So even if 90 votes were possible, I'm not sure that it is. You know, we don't have the separate bill. So that's a red herring. As far as rulemaking goes, I think most members, even a lot of my friends on the other side of the aisle agree that we have issues on rulemaking, legitimate concerns there. But I just wanted to note, Representative Steinberg still has issues with rulemaking, it appears. I'm happy to work with him. But there was another Representative Steinberg in 1975 who voted for a very similar measure. And so I would certainly hope that perhaps my good friend Representative Steinberg might seek counsel from an Elder Steinberg on this issue. But that is for him. Members, we've talked about, you know, averages and whether it's going up or down, and I concede it depends on which cases you look at. I mean, it really does. And I think you have to look at the cases that we're actually talking about. And I think you have to narrow it down to things like once an appeal is perfected to the time of decision and things of that nature. I can tell you this, the average time from perfection to decision in the last 6 months of 2010 was 318 days. The average time from perfection to decision in the first 3 months of 2011 is 395 days. That's a significant increase in the average time from perfection to decision, which is the time we should be looking at, not all of the other red herrings like motions and things of that nature. Representative Gates, thanks for mentioning the number of days that we had in the last 6 months of 2010. There were 782, 874, 812, 750. But in the first 3 months of 2011, we have a record, 906. 906 days from perfection to decision, a delay from perfection to decision. And there are many others in the first 3 months that are over a year. You know, I find it interesting that we're now being criticized for providing the court with a dedicated funding source. I think I saw a member of my friends on the other side of the aisle quoted, I think it was a minority leader, as saying that funding is the issue we should be addressing. That's the issue we should be addressing, was the quote. And so we address it, and now we're criticized for addressing it. One of the judges mentioned the judicial branch and the definition. Will members look in Section 7 of the budget? Section 7 of the budget is titled the judicial branch. It doesn't deal with PDs or state attorneys, it deals with the courts. Texas may be less efficient on their taking up of death penalty cases. That may very well be. I didn't look, but I can tell you why. They have 9 members. Our study commission in 2001 said you don't go to 9 members because it will slow the court down. I'm not proposing 9 members of the court. I'm proposing 5, which according to the 2001 commission would clearly say that we would be able to get through those cases quicker. In close, Mr. Chairman, I will cut myself short here, but this is a work in progress. I have listened and we have listened to an immense amount of criticism, a huge number of ideas, a huge number of recommendations, and we have taken in this strike all a huge percentage of those. We have changed this thing dramatically based on the feedback we have gotten, and yet we have a brand new crop of complaints. We address a huge number of the complaints from before, and now there's a brand new crop of complaints. Well, it's a work in progress. We'll keep working on it, and we'll keep listening, and we'll keep trying to reach solutions. But members, this bill is about accountability and efficiency. It's about getting through these cases quicker. It's about accountability, making sure the legislative branch maintains its role in substantive policy area, and I would ask for your favorable support of this good bill.